Well, good day Spark friends. I've just started out from my place and we're going to walk 5k in a straight line. That's right, I've drawn a line on GPS, start at my place, 5k as straight as we can. So at the moment we're heading through a few sort of easements at the back of some houses. We're going to cross St Columba's between the primary school and the high school, and then down to Springwood Creek, up over Chapman Ridge, there's another little creek crossing in there, down to Falconbridge Creek and up to Falconbridge Ridge, and that's the whole plan, and we're going to see how we go. Well, I think it's time for us to head off track for the first time, so I'm going to flip the camera around and you can see where I'm headed. Here we go. I've got plenty of water with me and a few snacks. It's early in the afternoon. I'm hopeful we might get to the end before it goes dark. Here comes the first fence we need to cross. This one doesn't look too bad. Should just be able to step over this one. There we go. Over. We'll keep going. This fence is looking a bit taller. It's very, very tempting to sort of go around a straightaway to make it easier to get over, but I think we'll be able to jump it. So we got over. It wasn't very elegant. Probably good it wasn't caught on video. But we got over. I didn't rip my pants. I didn't rip myself. Just passing around the back of the Springwood Community Gardens. There's a very funky tyre swing here. It doesn't look like it's been used in a while. And it's so tempting to leave the line and walk down that nice clear path, but instead, in we go to the scrub. This is what perseverance is about. Stick to the plan, stick to the line, just like Hebrews. Keep your eyes on Jesus, keep going. We're just coming up to the St Columba's driveway. So I'll cross over that. Here it is. And up the other side. As straight as we can go. Tell you what, it's nice and easy here. Might get a bit harder further on. So I was on a fire trail for a couple of metres there, and I thought this is going the right way, but the longer I took it, the more it took me in the wrong direction. So now I've got to go through this thick scrub to get back on the path, back on the line. So I've reached the edge of the Springwood Gorge. We're headed down there to cross it soon enough. Now it's time for a drink though. So you may be wondering why we're doing this crazy thing. Well, there's a couple of reasons. First off, we've just finished the book of Hebrews. Our talk from a few days earlier was in Hebrews 10 about persevering with Jesus. So I thought, what a cool way to do that. Let's set a straight line and let's stick to it, like persevering with Jesus. And the other one is, so much of Sydney's been in lockdown the past couple of months. So much of Sydney has only been allowed to go from within 5k of their home. So I thought, I wonder what I can do within 5k of my house. Let's draw a straight line and see where we go. I'm descending down to Springwood Creek. I keep thinking I'm going to hit a cliff, but I haven't hit a cliff so far. It's just getting steeper and steeper. I'm going to have to put the phone away so I can use both hands. Just came down this little rock piece here and look what's next to it. This delightful cave. It's beautiful. I don't think anyone's been here in a long time though. Well, we've made it down to Springwood Creek. I'm going to have to pull the GPS out and check how close we are to our line, but it's just beautiful. Beautiful. Lovely to come off the north facing ridge with all these dry rocks and spiky plants down into the calm and cool of Springwood Creek. So I think we'll cross here. We'll check the GPS on the other side and make a bit of a course correction if we need to. As we've come down the hill, dodging the cliffs, we've ended up a bit northeast of our line. So we'll try and correct that as we go up the other side. Veer slightly to my left. Hopefully by the top we'll be pretty close to back on track. So there's a pretty solid cliff face appearing in the bush just up there. We're going to have to go around to the left, I think, to avoid it. This side of the valley is just so much different to the other side. South facing, lots of green plants, lots of ferns, creepers. Much prettier, but a bit harder to walk through. I'm skirting along the base of the cliff to find a way up, and look what I've come across. This beautiful carpet of dripping moss. It's just delightful. All spongy and wet. Just the sort of place there'd be glowworms. So I think, looking at the ledges up here, we can find a way up, crisscrossing on those. I didn't go up those ledges I showed you. I got part way up and a feeling of self-preservation kicked in. So we found another way up. That was a bit easier. And now there's one more lot of cliffs. I think getting up these, and then we'll be near the top of Chapman Ridge. Oh, look at this. A little chimney. I think we might be able to go up that. We'll give it a go. Right at the top of Chapman Ridge. And that was hard to get up. I went up that chimney, but frankly it was slightly scary. I had to put my backpack on my front so I could push my back against the wall to get enough grip to go up. But we made it safe and sound. Couple little scratches, not too bad. So time for a drink, and then we'll keep going on that straight line. So I just checked the GPS and I was wrong. This is not Chapman Ridge. This is an unnamed ridge. We've got another creek, small creek, thankfully not as deep as Springwood Creek, to head down and back up, and then we're to Chapman. And pretty disappointing, I'm pretty annoyed with myself. I lost my tripod. I think it got pulled out of my bag by a branch down in the thick stuff down the bottom. So all our shots are going to be handheld now. A bit wobbly, but hopefully authentic. Well, we're at the edge of the next little creek, and that hill on the other side is definitely Chapman Ridge this time. So down we go. Coming down the bottom, another beautiful little creek. Bet you not many people come down here. Something you know about walking through the bush without a track is your shoelaces always come undone. The scrub sort of pulls at them and you're always doing them up. I don't know why, but my right shoelace has come undone like 8 times so far, and my left only once. I don't know why. One of my daughters reckons you should spray them with hairspray, and the gentle glue of the hairspray makes them stick so they don't come undone. I haven't tried that trick. Maybe I should one day. On the very first bit of the descent into Falconbridge Creek, and in the far distance, the far ridge you can see, that's Falconbridge Ridge, the Falconbridge Point Fire Trail, and that's just near our finish. That's the goal. We can see it now. Made it down to Falconbridge Creek. It's actually a little easier than I expected. So time for a drink, a little breather, and then the last big push up the last big hill to the Falconbridge Ridge and the Falconbridge Fire Trail. See how we go. I'm feeling tired, but we'll make it. Walking in the ferns up out of Falconbridge Creek. This sort of walking is always challenging because you can't actually see your feet. The ferns are about up to my waist. So you go slowly and carefully, feeling with your feet. I've lost mobile service, which means I can't load my straight line into Google Maps, which is what I've been using to try and stay on track. So we're just going to head uphill, which is the way we need to head anyway. And we should get mobile service back in a little while, and then we can correct when we do. But we're doing okay. And it looks like we don't have many cliffs, if any, to cut through on our way up to Falconbridge Ridge, which is surprising, but it means I don't scare myself. Walking up the hill here, look what I've stumbled across. I think this might be an old marijuana growing facility. Looks like it hasn't been used in a long time. Kids, if you don't know what marijuana is, ask your mum and dad. So I still don't have mobile service, so I don't have, well I do have GPS, but I can't track it to my 5K line. But I just had the brainwave that I can look at my trace, my GPS trace from the past few hours and use that to keep me going straight. And I had a look, and since losing the line, I've gone quite off course. But we'll get back on. We'll get back on. Made it to the Falconbridge Fire Trail. A couple of metres down here to get back on the straight line. And then into the bush about 100 metres, and that's the end. Time to turn off the fire trail and do the last a little bit into the bush. And we'll be finished. Hey guys, we made it to the end. We are 5Ks in a straight line from my place, and here I am. It's a beautiful grassy clearing in the bush. The sun is just starting to set. And I want you to reflect on the book of Hebrews. We've learnt through this term in the first 9 chapters that Jesus is so good. He gives us so much. He deals with our sin. He's a better prophet. He's a better priest. He gives us a wonderful reward. And what is our response? Well, we are to persevere with him. We are to walk the straight line with him. It's not the path that everyone else takes. And it's not always the path which is easy. But it's a path filled with all sorts of interesting things along the way. And it's a path that has a beautiful reward at the end. Life in heaven with Christ. As you head into school holidays, please do walk that straight line with Jesus. Hey guys, it's 2 days later and I come back down into Springwood Creek looking for my tripod, and look, I found it. And a whole lot of vines wrapped around it, must have pulled it out of my bag.